Hey guys, I got an awesome Christ consciousness experience. The stuff I love. I've been waiting for something like this. Man, did he drop a bomb on me today. Okay, so it starts off with me in a dream. It's like 3 o'clock now. I was up half the night, so I fell asleep at noon. And so I'm in a dream. I didn't think he was going to give me anything, because he said he's going to leave me alone. And I didn't even bring him in. I just wanted to sleep. Because if I bring him in, I hear all the voices are amplified if I bring him in, because he's connected to all my loved ones in heaven, so, or wherever. And so if I bring him in, I hear everything, right? So I didn't bring him in. He didn't want me to. He was going to let me have the day, I guess. But nevertheless, here I am. Maybe he came in after I fell asleep, which I think was what happened. So I fall asleep, and I'm in New York City, and I have 2 or 3 people. I've never been in New York State or New York City ever, or anywhere like that. The island, never been there. I've been to America. The only places I've ever been to America is Michigan and Ohio. Pennsylvania. Is Pennsylvania Ohio? I don't know. Anyway, I'm Canadian. To let you know, I live across from Detroit. But anyway, besides that, that's why I just don't have a lot of money, and I don't really care to go. There's nothing down there that's not up here. So, well, except deserts and other species of animals I like to see, stuff like that. But when I get time off, I'm always up in Northern Ontario, and that's where I go to do all my stuff. Anyway, just to tell you, so I'm in New York. I'm walking down the street, and we're going to a building. We're going to a place, Salvation Army, something like that. And where we go. No, I'm there. We go to the Salvation Army building. It's an older building. It's been there a long time, I guess. And then we leave the building, and then I go to the bus station to pick up my friends, or something like that. I meet my friends, and they want to go. Well, I go, well, it's just around in a block. Let's go. I just came from there. So we turn around, we go back. And we're walking towards what I assumed was the Salvation Army building. I'm not saying it was Salvation, it was something like that. Something like Salvation Army or Historical Salvation Building. Something Salvation in it. Something with the word salvation. So I'm saying Salvation Army because I don't have a clue what else. Alright? So we're walking towards or down the street, and we don't see it, and the next thing we notice is we're 10 blocks away. Like, we walked for like an hour, and I'm like, well, we must have missed it because I just left it. So we backtracked, we walked all the way back, and we came back to where we started. And then we were looking for the building the whole time, and it wasn't there. And so we located down to where the building was, and the building wasn't there. Then I go, okay, well, let's go to this place. So we walk, and we walk, and we walk, and we walk, and we go to another place. And we keep walking, and then we find out we're somewhere else, and we missed to the street. We're supposed to go to a street, but we missed the street totally. So we backtracked, and we went past where the street was. So we backtracked again, and the street was totally gone. And then we looked on the map, the city maps, and the city map has changed for both things. The building and the street are both totally gone, except in your head. Well, they remembered it. They don't even live in the town. My friends remembered going on the street before because they wanted to go to the same place they liked. But my friends, and I'm trying to figure out, since I'm like the host that lives here, what they're telling me what the hell's going on. Why isn't it here? Why isn't it even on the map? No way to figure out. And then so we came to these police, and the police, we asked the police, and they told us to get the hell out of here, leave us alone. Like, where's the street? And they go, well, it's down there. And we go, no, it's not. It's not down there, man. It's not down there. They're like, yeah, it is. What are you smoking? Get the hell out of here. You know, that type. Anyway, so we're like, all right, later, we ain't pissing off the police. So we're walking around, we found like 2 places that don't exist anymore. And we're like, oh man, what's going on? So this is what I dreamt about. That was what I dreamt about. And all that was pretty long, okay? I wake up, I'm laying there, and I don't hear nothing. It's really quiet, which is beautiful. All of a sudden, Christ is standing there. There he is. He goes, someone's seeing the timeline. And he goes, that's what it's like when someone sees the timeline. And I go, what are you talking about? And he goes, I'm totally out of it. I'm trying to remember the dream so I don't forget it, right? But it was kind of boring. All I did was run around and look for things in the dream. And he goes, in the dream, you see how things changed? The building was gone, the street was gone. And he goes, yeah. He goes, something's changing. Something is seeding the timeline. And I go, all of a sudden I clicked in. I remember time is a river. And people, and supposedly and this is what I've been thinking about a long time ago, but I haven't thought about it. I was totally wrapped up in ghosts and crap going on here in my life. All of a sudden, Jesus just pops out, someone see the timeline. And I go, where? And he goes, in New York City and other places. And I'm like, for real? And he's going, yeah. And he goes, in your reality, someone's seeing the timeline. And as he's talking, the energy just starts coming out, and I start closing up. And he's getting quieter and quieter, so I gotta listen more. And I go, whoa, what? Tell me everything. And he goes, well, I go, does that have to do with demolition or 9/11? And he goes, it has nothing to do with 9/11 or demolition or 9/11, the 9/11 event. And he goes, it has absolutely nothing to do with it. And I go, okay, well, what about the particle weapon they used to take down the Twin Towers? And he goes, how the hell do you know about that? And I go, Dr. Judy Wood. And he goes, Dr. Judy Wood. And he's writing it down. And I'm going, he goes, does it have anything to do with effects from that weapon or stuff like that? And he goes, no. Within, particles and subatomic particles. And he goes, no. He goes, someone has seen the timeline and we don't know who it is. And I go, and he goes, don't tell anyone. Be very careful what you say. If you make a video about this, he goes, you don't tell no one. And I go, I'll tell fucking everyone. I don't care if they come and shoot me, suck me out of time and space. I don't care. I'm better to sit in this goddamn apartment waiting to die. So anyway, it's not literally. Anyway, he goes, people like you that live in New York, other Christians that are with Christ, are noticing cities, the city streets are being totally erased. The names of the streets are gone. He goes, they were once there and now they're totally gone. The whole street, like it never existed. He goes, whole buildings have just disappeared from the timeline. People remember it, and people go, and the building's not there anymore. The whole building. And he goes, I'm just gonna make sure I got everything because this was cool. Street missing, building names, names of buildings. And I go, even on the city maps? He goes, yeah, they're totally gone out of reality. Nothing of them. And I'm like, holy shit. And I go, that's like the Mandela effect, right? But 10 times cool. 10 times more cool, right? And then he goes, people viewed it actually happening, being erased. So he said, Christ said, people were walking down the street or wherever they were doing, and they actually witnessed a whole building being dematerialized right in front of them. And he goes, I'm getting reports. I've been getting reports from all over for the last few years that streets, buildings, and everything in New York City and have been totally erased from historical maps from when they started to all the way now, and something else is there, or they're just totally gone. And people remember them being there. Some people know that the building, they just assumed it was demolished or something. But he goes, people know the city and other officials know that this stuff is happening and they don't know what to do about it. And Christ doesn't even know. He goes, Christ said, no one here knows what's going on, who's doing it within the timeline. And Christ knows the timeline. And Christ is the big, he's Christ, right? He knows the timeline. And he goes, he don't know who's doing it or what's doing it. Then he said, I asked him, I go with, okay, that's part 2. I go, well, is it happening anywhere? He goes, it's happening all over the world. And he goes, we also got reports in Chicago. And he goes, in Chicago, it's happening in Chicago as well. And he goes, the last thing that happened was in New York City, just not too long ago, like last month or so. And I asked him for details, and he goes, I gave you way too much details already. And he goes, yeah, I'm going to get you killed. Be careful what you say. And I'm like, I don't know, really? This is like Men in Black shit, right? And he's like, yeah, you'll end up disappearing. I'm like, you know what? Whatever. This is too good to hold back, man. I don't care. He goes, all right. He goes, I had to tell you. I warned you. And I go, well, you know what? What are they going to do now that it's out? So, this is what I dreamt from Christ, and this is what he's confirming in this reality. Shit is disappearing. And he said, they call it, that something is not just disappearing, like dematerializing. It's leaving the timeline. They're seeding the timeline, he said. Or they, or whomever. He don't know. I asked him, do you know who's doing it? Was it aliens, interdimensional people? He goes, I have no, he goes, you wouldn't believe who's working on it. Fucking Einstein and shit, they're all there working on it. And he goes, we can't figure it out. All Christianity can't figure it out yet. They haven't figured it out. Who's doing it? So, that was another cool one. Other than the Bushes family are all being, got warrants for their arrest. That's pretty cool. That was the last thing. But I got this one today, seeding the timeline. People actually witnessed buildings disappearing right in front of their eyeballs. They go to the map, or they, things on paper about that building, all gone. It's actually left space and time in this reality. And I go, is this an illusion test or something? He goes, no, I'm just giving you what's going on. I go, you trying to catch the guys who did it? So you're telling me so they'll come after me and then you can catch them? And I go, he didn't say nothing. He goes, I told you, don't tell anybody. I go, well, I'm going to make a video about it. How do I not tell people what's going on, but in a secret code? Like, it just can't be done, right? He goes, I don't know, but be careful. So, whatever. We'll see what happens. So, any reports out there of things missing from time that you remember? Totally gone. Now, if you know a building is gone, it could have been demolished, right? And it's a bank put in there or anything. Okay. Go back and check the old maps and see if it's still there. In the map. The city maps. from when it was built, stuff like that. That's what you need. And then you get that proof, and then you'll know that shit's been going on. So that's what he told me. Something or someone is seeding the timeline. Or people, or he don't know. I don't know. But that was not a lesson dream. That was just an information bomb. And I'm like, man, every day, give me something like this. Give me something like this. I love this stuff, man. This is why I'm on the earth. This is like, let's get some shit going here. I go, enough fucking lessons. Drop some of these Bermuda Triangle things and time-space distortions and stick in my head and portholes and aliens and interdimensional people. Man, I love this stuff. Seeding the timeline, that didn't pop in my head. I'm watching Star Trek Voyager again because it's the third time I watched it, the whole series, and they're all talking about this stuff. But for him to come and say that, I think my soul was talking to him. But, Rich really likes this stuff. Well, JC knew that this was going on, so he told me about it. Because that's what I like. And I'm like, dude, you're killing me here with all this boring lessons crap. I mean, it's cool. There's some drama in my life. But this has got awesome to it. This is what I want. So guys, if I go missing, check the timeline. YouTube will take your reality away, right? Oh, can't have this. Beep, you don't exist anymore. Just check to see if I'm still around. Alright, so if I get any man in black coming in from this video or stuff like that, people harassing me, I'll be sure to film it.